You can take a picture of me.
Nice.
If you choose to.
I don't know. Is that when you tap capture?
And that bad boy is a 100-litre beer keg, which happened to fall into my possession, courtesy of a nice lorry driver. So it looks like the HLT could be getting an upgrade. Look at that, that wasn't there 2 years ago, was it? Oh dear, oh dear. It's Homebrew Wednesday, 104, 2 years on the trot. So I've done a little scroll of the latest subscribers here. We're currently teetering at the 480 mark. So a big shout out to all the subscribers, new and old, all of those that have stayed with the channel from the start. People like Clement's Homebrew, Brett over in Canada, Newfoundland, and a host of other people. I think Anne Rogerson's been lurking there for a couple of years as well now. But yes, we've reached it. It should be a big celebration with a nice bottle of beer, and as you know, closest I get to beer is, as Inspirality would say, lashings of ginger beer. Because that's still what we're on for at least another 2 weeks. But yes, shout out to all of you. I've made it to 104 straight off the bat, not missed one, which does mean I am planning on taking a vacation for a little while. I shall still pop back now and again, but I shall probably pop I'll pop in and out like that dreaded neighbour, you know. But I'm going to have a little bit of a break from it because obviously I can't drink for the next 2 weeks at least. I've got over 200 commercial beers plus 80 homebrewed beers. I've got a nice selection of beers over here which I shall be doing some reviews on. How could I not? I've got stuff like Hitachino Nest. Can't beat an itchy nest. It's an unusual one. It's the XH. Don't generally see that one. Left Hand Brewing's Stranger. Sammy Klaus. Michaela Funky. The Charu. All sorts. Nils Oscar Hopyard. Lots of goodies. And unusual ones, which I still want to put out there. But brew wise, I'm at a bit of a stalemate. Obviously I don't know, well, I can start drinking again in 2 weeks time after a blood test, but what the future goes on beyond that I don't know yet. Don't know till I get there. Brewing wise, obviously I've not got any plans again. You know, there's things I want to do. I've been pricing up for an electric brewery for the parts for that. Hence the little shot there in the opening sequences there of another little item that came my way, the 100-litre keg, which was generously donated to me. Probably hadn't better say by who. But thanks anyway. Oh yeah. I can only joke to myself about that when it pops in chat on Facebook or Uvu or sometime, but as to where it comes from and who gave me it, or sort of. Especially when we're into homebrewing and craft beers. Anyway, yeah, so I wasn't really looking at an upgrade. I've got a 50-litre keg to convert for mash tun brew kettles and HLTs, but when someone offers you a keg, it'd be rude to say no, wouldn't it? So yeah, we acquired that during the course of the week, and it was something else, I can't remember what, but we did manage. What it is, you know, I'm hoping to also build a bar. If you brew your own beer and you're going to keg it, then you might as well serve it on draft. So as you know, I've managed to acquire some beer taps. So you need those other essential items to go with your bar, like brass drip trays. But you know me, I didn't just get one, or two, or three, or four. Well, it was a bargain, you know, and I can recirculate some of them and recoup some of the cost, reducing the outlay that I've paid for them. Well, that's what I tell the missus. So yeah, and a shout out to the cast that Bill done on Google Plus, is it Google Hangouts? Saturday night, a bunch of us got together on his pre-arranged cast for the New Year bash. There was Rick, Homebrew 62, Dave, Welsh Brewer, Jonah, Dan, ABA, obviously Bill, we had Grant Baker come in, Zane, Maxwell, Rookie Brew, he had a few troubles I think, but he came in, then he went, then he came back again, then he went, then he came back again, then he went, then he came back and went. So I think he gave up in the end. It's nice that someone else has those problems instead of me. Scoosy was there. Who else we have? Nathan McKenzie from New Zealand, and Larry, the other wine guy, and Justin from Moore and Wines. I think there were some other people popped in. I sort of came out, I think it was about 2:30 in the morning, and they were still carrying on because obviously the times over there were a bit earlier for those. It was, I think, mid-morning for New Zealand and early evening for the Americans, but early morning for us. But I think Scoosy was out there, and I think possibly Tiny popped in later during the course. Beyond my time, I did sort of catch some sleep, but yeah, it was good fun. So future plans for me at the moment are on hold till I know where I stand health wise for drinking. I don't think that is an issue, fingers crossed. So I don't know yet, so I just have to wait and see. So I will be having a celebratory drink in February after the tests are done, irrespective of what the results are. But yeah, everything is sort of in limbo, which is a bit, well, not annoying, but it's inconvenient, shall we say, because I have got a lot to do, or want to do this year, hopefully health wise permitting, around the house, which is going to restrict the amount of time I can put into brewing, even more so than normal day-to-day life. But I want to push forward and draw a line under some of those bits and pieces, which means brewing and YouTubing has got to be a bit of a more of a backstage thing. I've got literally shed loads, as the saying goes, of stuff to get rid of. Now that I'm in stable employment, my wheeling dealing days aren't quite as crucial to the income as they used to be, so I have some stuff I would like to get rid of, and obviously that will generate cash, which will benefit this hobby, because I still have plans obviously to do the electric brewery, build the bar, and obviously if I'm going to build an electric brewery I need a brewery to brew in. The little shed really isn't quite big enough for the next move up. Obviously the table I acquired in a few Homebrew Wednesdays ago is too big to actually fit in the shed with any useful space being left around it. And it was an inkling back when before I built that little brew shed that something larger could be on the cards. I think I've spoke for it probably over the last year. As some of you know, I also at one stage did play around with car restoration. I have an old 1968 Beetle, which is only 1 year younger than me, It's probably in bad as worse a shape as I am, but yeah, that's not going to get restored yet, but I would like to extend the garage and find a little home for it out the back, which would then free up quite a bit of space in my garage to put all the workbench and such like over where it should be, which is occupied by the car. So basically a little garage sized extension out the back of the garage, a garage on the garage, put the car in, and then on the garage will be another little building to accommodate a brewery and a hop garden, because you might have seen I also have a 30-foot tower up in the garden, which would be ideal for training hop plants up it. And I can cordon that area off, keep the dogs out of it and keep it tickety-boo, but obviously that sort of pushed back end of this current year, if at all this year, with everything else that's queuing up. There's quite a large landscaping job to be done out in the back garden. I want to hard landscape at least half the rear garden. My wife, as some of you know, is disabled. She's now pretty much wheelchair bound, so it would be nice to be able to utilise and have function of some of the garden. So over the years that I was wheeling and dealing, any time I could pick up brickweave, slabs, anything like that, dirt cheap, I bought those. So I've got to work out a plan of integrating as much of different size and different coloured slabs into a hard landscaped area and a decked area, or if you're in New Zealand, a dicked area. Gotta keep on your dick, hey? Move the oil tank and keep a dog free zone, because we don't want little presents left around, particularly if you use a hand propelled wheelchair. I know I'm going off homebrew subject here, but it's sort of, I don't know, explaining the situation as to why I will be taking more of a back seat this forthcoming year. To sort those out, we also want to extend the conservatory. If time, money allows, I don't see it, but I'm in desperate need of a new roof on my garage also. Which is not just a case of changing the roofing sheets, I'm going to change the entire picture of the roof, because I also have a 4-poster ramp I can drive a car on, lift it up. Only problem is, roof too low. So I would like to change that as well, so the brewery is sort of in between those jobs, or maybe one bloody big job. And obviously I have to get rid of some sheds contents to move stuff into storage while the weather is exposed and all this sort of shit, you know. So yeah, big plans are afoot this year, not just in the brewing. Obviously I would still like to, well obviously I want to brew. I don't want to spend all this money on this equipment and have it go dusty for the year. I did have one little result from the, as you know, I was buying a few shiny bits before Christmas, the mill, the paddle and the conical fermenter. It got to that time of the month. No, not that time of the month. The time of the month when you get an invoice to pay for the shiny items. But I saved another 86 quid. Result! Who wants to pay VAT? Shh! Yeah. So I was looking at one of the fast ferment conicals. Still in two minds whether to get one. They may have already sold out. They have just gone in stock at Brew UK, but they may go out of stock again, I don't know. So I'm humming and hawing over that as well, because obviously they're wall mounted unless you make a little something up to plant them in. Or you can spend 35 quid on the wire frame, which you could probably just get an old second-hand coffee table for a £5 and cut a big hole in the middle. And so yeah, we're still got a finger on the pulse. We're still searching and buying, but I don't want to obviously invest any more money yet until I know where I stand, and then sort of progress forward with that, but also concentrate on getting rid of some of my shit that's going to make some money to buy some shiny shit and sort out the garden, which is well overdue. But obviously again, this is also one thing interlocks with another, and you know, it's a bit of a conundrum within a fuck up. Anyway, that's it. I will bore you no longer. So I will pop in with Homebrew Wednesdays and beer reviews as and when. I will still be watching your guys' videos, still commenting. I want to play a part in it as much as I can, so I don't wane away. And I also need you out there to keep me in, so I don't wane away, because it's very easy to get drawn into other things. But yeah, obviously I've invested a lot of time and money into get myself sorted. So I still need to keep my finger on the pulse, you know. Anyway, I will bore you no longer. I will see you when the next one is, which could be next week, I don't know, depends on what I find, what I've got pops in the old barnet. So cheers to all of you. 2 years and counting. Going down but not out. Oh dear. Should end on a high note really, don't we? I got ginger beer. And I've got all that over there. This is the worst I've ever been, you know. It's the emotion of the moment. So, oh, I've done it again. I've lost the remote. Right. Cheers to all of you, each and every one of you. Catch you on the next one.